Why don't we start off with the action when it comes to these European defense stocks? Why are they pulling back, in your opinion? I mean, it seems like any type of peace deal would actually be a benefit for them because it would mean troops on the ground and some type of defense spending that wouldn't have been priced in already. I mean, we know that the increase in NATO defense spending was already priced in, but how could this have already been priced in?
I just think it's market action. And if you look at the European names, they've done really well over the last year. Rheinmetall has more than doubled over the last year. BAE Systems has more than tripled over the last year. So maybe it's like some kind of sell the news type of situation. But I agree with you that long term we have only just begun to build the defense systems of the NATO countries and restore the defense of the United States. And so we think these names have a lot of room to run. We would take the opportunities and the dips to maybe, put more money to work. And we think there's a good long runway ahead.
All right. So speaking of Rheinmetall, I want to make sure I'm saying it right, is up over 150% year to date. BAE is up over 50%. And these are two stocks that you're very bullish on. Why these two in particular?
Well, we just think that they are the leaders in Europe. Rheinmetall in Germany is the largest defense company in Germany. And, Germany is one of the main NATO countries that has to, rebuild their defense. And they've made a commitment to that. They're actually going, taking on some debt in order to rebuild their defense system. So we think Rheinmetall will be a beneficiary of that. And BAE Systems is, again, a leader in defense and ammunitions and propulsion equipment in Europe. So we think that they're going to be beneficiaries as well.
All right. If you don't mind, I want to pivot to some other U.S. names that are part of your NATO ETF as well. I'm looking at Northrop Grumman and Axon Enterprise. The fact that the president didn't rule out U.S. peacekeeping forces being on the ground, in my opinion, it just seems like these would be two big beneficiaries. Northrop, because they make drones, Axon, because they make things like body cameras and tasers. If you're a peacekeeping force, you need to monitor the situation, and also you need ways that are non-lethal to, I guess, police, for lack of a better word. What's your opinion on these two names? Are there other U.S. names that you see as direct beneficiaries?
Well, the U.S. is still a leader in defense. And so we think, and again, they haven't run as far as fast as some of the European names. So we believe that Europe has to also invest in their own companies, but they're going to have to invest in the United States to get the best technology that exists because the stakes are so high. And whatever happens, whether we get to a peace agreement and NATO's on the front lines defending, they're going to have the best equipment. And the United States companies like Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman, they have that, RTX. And even if there's no peace, if war continues, defense equipment is still going to have to be a big investment for all of the NATO nations. And I think, the major U.S. companies should benefit from that.